I should probably just link to another account where I learned this. So you have a mall and you have lots of stuff in your mall. Let's go check mine out. It's cool, I think. It works. So I come in here to my mall and I have items. I can just boxes. I can just go pick stuff up. This is blank. That's my default picture. But if I need more bombs, Nobilis, I come grab some. If I need some more ammunition for my gun, I come grab some. Because the mall is making everything and spitting it out into these boxes. If I need more cable, I can come in here and grab cable, right? Have your mall. I actually do need some more computers. Grab a few of those. So you got a mall where you can just a central location where you can come, and especially early game, this is very important for me in my play. And you play your game. I'm not telling you how to play, all right? You play your game. For me, I gotta have a mall. I don't want to stand at a crafting bench tinking away at the stuff that I might need. Screws. I don't want to sit here and tink around and make screws. I don't want to do that. When this whole game is about automation, I'll set up a factory, a process to make screws, ship those to a bucket. Let me go to the screw bucket. I don't know where it is. And pick up some screws. Here it is. I'll just go get some screws because my machine's making it, and then I can go off and build. So having a mall is handy. Well, I'll just say that. You can make an automated sorter because, as you can see, even though I'm not building anything at the moment, I'm not constructing a new facility, my factory's still making stuff. Where's it sending all of this stuff? I have my setup here to smart split and fill up buckets, fill up storage. This bottom storage is full. The dimensional depot uploader is full, but it's still making stuff and sending it out. Why? Because I want more tickets. I want more tickets. Tickets to use in the awesome shop. And so if we come down here to the end, got this nice big hallway, we can see everything's coming out. Concrete, I got cable, I got screws, I got rods, I got all kinds of stuff going out into the sink, and it's making me coupons all the time. Look at this. It's just ticking away. Let's grab these. And I always want to be making tickets. That's my secondary goal to this game. Always be making tickets. First, build out your processes for your milestones and your tiers and your phases. The secondary, always be making tickets. Why not? And so how I set this up, we'll build it together. You've got a couple of smart splitters. You have to wait until you're at a point where you've unlocked the smart splitters. And then from there, you can build this process. And it is not difficult. It's not difficult. I'm going to use the first blueprint. You got to have that unlocked as well. And I start with the storage unit. Where do I want to store this? In a single storage? Maybe that's all I got unlocked right now. And so we're going to stamp it down. If I have an industrial storage, the 2-tier, I can use that. That's not a problem either. Not a problem at all. You can use either. I built this originally with the 2-tier, and then once I unlocked dimensional depots, I switched over to the single. That's just my choice. Didn't have to do that. I could have stacked. I could have used this and then stack the dimensional depot on top of it. I could have done that, but I'm being weird. So we'll just keep it simple. We're going to use the single. And then what we want to do is we want to take a section of track, and we're going to keep it simple. We'll use the conveyor one. I highly recommend that you use a high speed one. As high as speed as you can, because this isn't going to move your resources very fast. But it's okay. We're just teaching you how to do it. If you want to set it up all on Mark 5, which I highly recommend, 4, 3, 5, somewhere in there, knock yourself out. Then what we want to do is in logistics, we want to go down to our smart splitter, and we want to control. I'm holding the control button. You don't have to, but you just want it on the grid, and maybe you want to give yourself some space. It's all right. Let's put it there. Now we also need a merger. The merger needs to follow the path, and we'll space this out so it's nice and simple. Put your merger. You can compact this however you want. I'm going to put another smart splitter at the end, or somewhere close to the end. Actually, that one needs to go down another path. We'll leave it like it is for now. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to put a stackable conveyor on here, and you'll see why. So products coming in, it's going to get split, and there's a reason for that. Okay, we need to put our other splitter in here. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to pull it. I'm going to copy this. This is temporary, and we're just going to pull it. We're going to delete this so that we can put our other smart splitter along its path, but we're going to hold control so that you can see it snaps along the path on the right with our merger here. That's how you want that to happen. And then we're going to connect that into itself. This is a little complicated, but there's a reason why we're doing all this. And I'm going to walk you through it. It's not a problem. So the idea is we're going to take our product in, and we want that to come into our merger. We want the new product to come in because it's going to merge, and it's going to go out to our splitter. And then the splitter is going to send it left, right, and forward into our storage container. We want that part. Now I'm going to take the output, one side of this, it doesn't matter which side, but since I built it right the first time, I'm going to build it off the right this time. And I want this to come out to the top of our extender here. What's this thing called? Our stack. Let's call it our stack. Okay. So it looks a little wonky, but that all serves a purpose. So the product is going to come in on the bottom. Concrete's going to come in. It's going to go here. It's going to merge onto this line, and it's going to go into here. This smart splitter is going to say, concrete, I'm going to send you this way. And for now, I'm going to send you to the right. We don't want it going to the right just yet. We want to fill this bucket. And I only want to use the right side. I only want to export or send out of this splitter if I have a full container of concrete. So we're going to hit E. We're going to mouse over. We're going to hit E. And I'm looking at the direction of my smart splitter. The center is just go anything. Send anything straight. Don't send anything to the right or the left. We're not using you. On the right side, I'm going to click this drop menu, and I'm going to say overflow. Overflow to the right. and send it out. What that's saying is when I can't send, when this is backed up, when this is full and this belt is backed up, I can't send anything else, but I still have concrete coming in here. That additional concrete is overflow. It's extra. Send it out. Send it out. I don't even want to deal with it. Right? I don't want to look at it. Send it to the awesome sink. That's what we're doing. We're sending it to the awesome sink to be churned up, be broken into ticket parts. So that's all in a nutshell. That's all you have to do to get a smart splitter set up so that your extra stuff can be sent out to be used. Okay? To be used, to be destroyed. So now we know that the bottom is going to send in our concrete and our extra is going to be sent out. Aaron, why did you build this funky thing? Great question. Let's say you've got a bunch of these all lined up and you have amassed a bunch of junk in your pocket, in your backpack that you don't want to deal with. I have some wire, I've got some steel beams, some steel pipes, I've got some copper sheets, I've got screws. You may want to have at the end of your line or somewhere in your mall a junk box where I'm just gonna dump all this stuff in there, right? Quick wire, concrete. Here's a good example. Just dump everything in it. That stuff is going to come out of your bucket. Let's hit it straight. It's going to come out of your bucket. Come on. Is it not going to let me? I've got to double click it. It's going to come out of your bucket, and it would in real life, but because this is a blueprint, it's probably not going to function like it should. It's going to spit all this stuff out, and it's going to send it along this belt to be sorted by another smart splitter. So this is going to say, all right, this bucket is, we want concrete to come in here. And since I'm now coming along this path, I'm going to hit E, and we're going to send everything out the front. The left, we don't want anything to go out, but the right, because this is concrete, I only want concrete to go to the right. And that's going to flow right along into this. It's going to merge in with our input. It's going to merge in. It's going to merge into here to this splitter. It's all going to come to this splitter. And if my box still has room, it's going to come in. If it's all full and backed up, the overflow is going to go into the awesome sink. Okay, you just have to set this to be concrete. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. So it looks really complicated. You just have to break it down into its logistical parts. Now, this being said, if you want your dump box to be at the very beginning of your area, let's say you start your mall. Let's come back here and look at mine. And I should have done this. Put my dump box, my garbage box, my junk box at the very beginning so I didn't have to walk all the way down to the end. Because you may or may not know how many products you want to actually put in your mall. So does it make sense to put the junk box at the very end? No. It makes sense to put the junk box at the very beginning so I don't have to walk clear down the universe. Plus it makes expansion really. So I should have put my junk box here. So let's rebuild this real quick. So that we're going to take a mental image that our junk box, let's copy this and let's just stamp it down, Doesn't matter. This is just for our brain. Our junk box is going to go out. It's going to go out this way. Well, now what I want to do is we're going to hit F to delete this and this. I'm hitting Control to tag a few things. And now I can delete all of those together. And now what I want to do is rebuild this real quick so that my belt, my temporary belt, goes this way. And now I can put along that path that's going to realign itself. I'm holding Control. Now it's going to realign itself so that it's going to follow our path. But now because we're looking this way and we want our sorting material, our concrete, to come out of the left side, I'm going to pick the left output, and that's where I want to pick concrete. You can scroll through this and find what you want, or you can just type in the search. And now concrete is going to go to the left. Nothing's going to go to the right, and everything's going to go. Any undefined, we could do that too. We could say any undefined. That's actually the smartest thing. If it's not defined, send it out, but I want all the concrete. My brain doesn't want that. My brain wants any. I want to keep anything because I want to keep the flow going in my brain. I might actually have a loop back into here. Maybe I don't want to do that. So my thought is, if I send everything, it's going to take any concrete it can and send it through. But some concrete, because it's part of any, is going to keep going. So not all the concrete's going to go here. I want any undefined, and that should say, if I've not defined you in either one of these, send it forward. So only all the concrete's going to come through here, which could potentially back this up, and that's okay. That's okay. That's what we're going to do. Oops. Don't delete this. That's okay. Now, we've built this. It's kind of fugly. Let's go ahead and I want to, let's add a couple more of these because I want this to be, I want it such a way, oops, there's no control, there's no undo. That's fine. Or let's put this back. It's gonna run through there. It should hook back up. I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna snap. I'm gonna holding Control on my keyboard, and whenever this button, when you see the lines come up, that means it's snapped to the center. And I'm gonna put one there. I'm gonna do the same thing over here. This one actually snaps. Let's redo that. See if we can get the actual snap. There it goes. It actually snapped. So when I look at this, oops, I don't want another one, but you can see that it's centered up here, because what I want to do, I mean, we can take the whole belt. I'm just thinking out loud. I could just leave these off of the main long belt. We know we want to go from left to right. And I guess I could just leave that unconnected. I take this and this. If I leave this unconnected, I should be able to take a belt and run it along, say I got 30 of these, I should be able to take a belt and run it along 30, and that should automatically connect it to the splitters along that path. Yeah, and I'm going to save this in the blueprint so that we have concrete on the left and any undefined down the center. I'm going to delete this and this. And our blueprint should be good to go. Let's double check this is our overflow. I'm going to save this as item smart. Let's do mall smart storage, and I'm gonna name this temp because I already have one. And then you put it wherever you want to. For here it'd be organization for me. I'm going to add it to my storage section. I'm just going to add it, and then we can come back in here and we can select buildings. I'm going to do a search for storage, and we can do this. We're going to select that icon, change your background color if you want. You don't have to. You might want to pick a different color in the background. Save the blueprint, X out, and now when we go into our blueprints, hit Q, blueprints at the top, organization, here's our new our mall smart storage temp, and we know that the arrow on the blueprint is the front. Doesn't really matter because it's only going to go one way. And so now I can just stamp this down there as long as I have all the parts. I'm going to hit control. I'm going to hold that control key and let it clip. That's what I do. I'm just going to let it clip, and I'm going to build a bunch of those. We know that our junk box, let's go ahead and build that out. Our junk box needs to come out of the bottom, so I'm going to click here, and I'm going to give myself a little bit of room, because what I need to do also is put this down. Why is it snapping there? I don't want it to snap there just yet. So we'll click there once. The way I have it set up, click it again. We'll have this come all the way out. And now we should, I don't want to delete that. It's fine. We're going to delete that and this. It's in a mall. Who cares? And then make sure you're on default. Straight mode makes it wonky. H, that doesn't work either. So we're going to have to just let it come out. But in a mall, I put this all behind doors, so I don't really see the hot mess that it is. But this should, let's test it. Let's test this out. You don't need power for any of this, by the way. So our first one's going to be concrete. Our next one is going to, we got to change this now because we got other things. Let's put screws in there. And let's put, what else did I have? I had rods. Iron rod, and I think I had some wire. Let's put some wire in there, and then what I want to do is let's have an outbox just for the sake of catching. Let's pretend that's our sink. Okay, let's come over here and pick up our stuff. Where are we at? 24 minutes. I want to take a while because I want to show how the thought process behind some of this stuff goes. And once you build it once in a blueprint, I don't have to think about it again. I really don't. So in a moment of truth, how smart is Aaron? We're gonna find out. I'm gonna dump in my, where'd it go? Bang, 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 quick wire. And it's coming out slow because these are Mark 1 belts. I forgot how slow this is at the very beginning. This is great because we get to watch the process. Get out of here, gun. I'm looking at stuff. So, concrete's going to come in. Concrete is going to get split. What? Okay. Any undefined may not be the right thing because everything's going through. Well, that's fine. This is why we test. Let's put any. Maybe this is the wrong build, Aaron. Can you believe I just went through all that to show you how dumb I am? It's all right. Left. Any. This is the wire. Any. None. Any undefined. Overflow. Those are the ones. The only thing I can think of is that it's not connected. This is the center. What? Okay. So the other possibility is that won't work. Watch this. That won't work, meaning just run a belt through them all. We're going to go back to undefined. Let's go back to our original because I think that's correct. Any undefined. Any undefined. And I think what we have to do, let's double check this. I think we have to connect each one individually. And that's fine, because you're not going to rebuild your mall a lot. So now if we come here, now that we've specifically connected them together, let's see if we have a difference in outcome. And we should start seeing some things split off. There we go. That's what it was. That's okay. That's okay. I still like it because did I not pick screws for one of these? Screws, any undefined. All right, we're gonna have to do a little more monkey work because those screws should have gone through. So that didn't like that and didn't like that. What don't you like? Now we can also just pick all this stuff back up. Keep testing. Keep on testing. Screws, quick wire, just all the things. Because we want to make sure that it's working correctly. We don't have anything filtered for our steel beams, so they're just going to keep on going. But here comes pipe, here comes quick wire. Here comes screws. We know we have a filter for screws. Right here. This should be screws. Overflow. You don't have to set anything else. It's just the incoming filters. So it can take some time. There we go. Now we got some filtering. This is fine. Here comes some concrete. So we got our screws going in our screw bucket. No concrete yet, but here it comes. There we go. So this is where, you know, we've tested. We'll have to come back here and we have to make sure. Let's rebuild this. Little mouse. Let's click there and click there. And now what I want to do is, just for fun, just because I'm here, let's go ahead and rebuild these individual connections. I'm going to redo this one too. We're coming from the bottom. We're coming from there. We're coming around this side. Let's delete this. I'll just redo it. We'll come over here. This needs to go up on the top. And then we're gonna save this again. Mall sort temp. You may have to come back in here and select it in the directory. Just go find where you put it, click on it again, and then we're just gonna save it. Hey, you've already got that. You want to overwrite it? Yes, we made some adjustments. Now, the reason why I have the output smart splitter for our awesome sink going out is because I may want to add on logistics a conveyor belt. On mine, it depends on your height, doesn't matter. I have mine coming out and going up and down, out of the way into the smart splitter. So let's take a minute. This is taking way too long to explain this, but it is smart. It's smart splitting. So I have behind everything individual lines, belts for all my things I'm making. It's all plugged up because these are Mark 5s. But you can see how it's working. Right? We're making all the stuff. Here's our concrete. We're making it. It's coming in on the bottom. And it's going around into our merger. The merger is splitting it off into the smart splitter. This is set for overflow. The overflow says, get out. And then we go up and into a long line of mergers all the way down and out. Now, learning what we just learned, you probably want to put your awesome sink, your junk box, and your awesome sink at the beginning so that you can just add on to this as you need to and let that expand. So there's a couple of takeaways and lessons I just learned. You're always learning something. When I play this game again or move my, which I've already done, move my mall into a new area, awesome sink, junk box, then I can add on indefinitely however many I want. If I want my whole mall on one side of the mall, I can do that. If I want all my parts on one side, I can totally do that. Now, I've seen a lot of people come in here and, you know, do something like this. Just pull it out so that I can see that this is concrete, and if I just need a couple, I can come in here and just grab a couple of them. If you have your signage unlocked, you can put labels instead of this, which is what I do. I just put labels there, and you know, you can put whatever kind of label you want. You got the small signs here, or you can put the sign, you can put them down in front. What am I missing? No, it's got to be out. If I want to put my signs, you know, you can label these however you want. But anyway, that's the smart storage system. I know that was probably longer than you want, but we took some time to learn some new things. You can also, if you want to, I think if you come in here to the color itemizer and switch all these colors to suit your fancy, you can do that. And then that should, if we go save this again, set our directory, let's recopy this, close it, save it. You already have it. Do you want to overwrite it? Yep, we made it blue. And so now when I go print this down in my blueprints, smart, it should be blue. Will it be blue? It'll be blue. That's pretty slick. I tend to just build in default orange. So anyway, there you go. Some lessons learned. Put your awesome sink, if you have it unlocked. Put your storage container or your junk box, your dump box. Give yourself some room for an awesome sink. It's quite large. It's kind of big. It's 2 meters. So if I were to stamp this down, I'd go under special awesome sink. It fits within a 2 block by 2 block. It's centered right in there. So a 4 grid, 2 block by 2 block. So if you don't have it unlocked yet or whatever the case, you know, give yourself some space over there to build one. Anyway, there you go. I hope it helps. Super handy. As soon as you unlock a couple of things, you'll have to unlock the smart splitters, the blueprint, Mark 1. Those 2 things are all you need to get this going. You can unlock the awesome sink later and add that on. But that lets you just dump a bunch of parts in here, send them on through, have them sorted, or chunked up. You probably want, your storage would be here, your dump box, and then your up and over to your awesome sink would go the opposite direction in the back. So we would set 5 just because it's handy. Right? Not to itself, you doofus. Go down. Have this, and we're gonna go up. This, and we're gonna go up. So I would want my output going this direction into the awesome sink. And then you hit 6 for a merger snap. There you go. Should already be connected, but in case it's not, you can connect it. You can also do this. This is a weird thing. I'll just give you this one last piece of advice. We can hit 6 and do our merger. We want to do... we wouldn't be able to do that. We could. We'll merge it this way. Have your green or blue arrow going right, and then just connect it that way, and any of your additional product will keep going down that way. So let's just build this out. This is dumb. We're always learning. Click. I want to go 1. Click. I want to go up 1. Copy. Oops. Copy that. Fine. We'll do it the wrong way. At 6. Make sure our blues. Look at that. The left side. The arrows are all matched. Arrows are all matched. Go back into your belts. Connect it. This way you can just do one at a time. And then this would go out to wherever you need it to for your awesome sink, and save some space and all that. I actually like that. Should have done that before. Should have done that before. Anyway, that video is way too long. That's how you build a smart storage system for your mall, so that you can just dump extra stuff in there, have it sorted off into its individual buckets for group pickup later. And then any additional things you're making or don't need, because your box is full, you're ready to go. And this also lends for late game when you have your dimensional depots ready to go. See, I need a lot of concrete. I need so much concrete. I'm just gonna stack this on top. I'm gonna pick a elevator. I'm gonna click the bottom. I'm gonna click the top. I'm just gonna have it go right into the dimensional depot. You can see it's filling up. It's gonna upload that into my backpack. My backpack's full. I've got tons of concrete. And so this really lends itself well, whether this is a single storage or the double high, this works the same way. If I had this as the double high industrial storage. Oops, wrong way. Now look at the oranges in. I would do the dimensional depot right on top of it. Do the same thing, grab this, stick it in, and now it's going to feed from my mall, keep making concrete, fill up the storage container, give me some in the dimensional depot, and then send the rest out into junk land. It's pretty cool. Anyway, I hope it helps.